Hello, I'm Nige from Articology, and I am going to be coming to your school with some of my team to work with you on making some horse poo for your lovely beetle sculpture that you're going to have, because that of course is going to be a dung beetle, and there's nothing that dung beetle like more than horse poo. So how are we going to make horse poo? I'm going to show you a technique that we use called earth casting. It's very, very simple. And my hope is that you'll get the hang of it before we arrive. You'll be able to make the moulds at least, and then we'll come to the school and we'll make the concrete shells that sit over the earth moulds that we're going to make. So I'm going to show you how to do that. That's going to be the next thing. What we're going to do is we're going to make, or I'm going to make, a miniature version of what you're going to do on a much bigger scale. So you're going to have to imagine that, that a person would stand about this high, something like that, and that this is the soil that you're going to find somewhere in your school ground. And now I'm wearing these rubber gloves, but I expect when you do gardening in your school you probably wear wellies and gloves and stuff, and that would be a good idea when you do this job. So it involves a bit of digging. So let's imagine we've dug a bit of ground out already. And the next thing we need to do is find, have you got spades and things like that and trowels at your school? They'll be useful. I'm going to use a spoon because we're making it on a small scale. So a spoon's just the right size for that. So first thing to do will be we're going to dig. We're going to dig into the ground and lift up soil and start piling it up into a shape. Now, so some of you can dig, and others with your gloved hands can start pushing the pile down. Remember, this is a tiny version of a big thing that we're going to make. So you'll be digging, piling up piling up soil. This is a kind of sandy soil that I'm using. And others will be pushing it into shape. And the shape that we want is kind of like half a sphere, as close as to half a sphere as we can get, because horse poo has actually got another name. I don't know whether they call it this in Hampshire, but certainly on the Isle of Wight, horse poo can be known as horse apples. And the reason they call them horse apples is because they're shaped a bit like an apple. Now they don't have to be perfect, because I can't imagine any horse does a perfectly spherical poo. We might actually want to make them slightly less than perfect, perhaps a little more realistic. So can you see now? Imagine person's about this tall, so perhaps a bit taller than that. So somewhere up here, and you would be standing here with spades and shovels and trowels making this shape. Once we've got a shape a bit like that, when you will need to make more than one of these, of course, that is starting to look a bit like a horse poo shape. What we're going to do next, I'm going to show you. So we've got our mould and it's ready to go, and we're going to mix some concrete. Now when we do your project, we're going to order some pre-mixed concrete, and it'll come in bags. It means that we can just add water and it will make the concrete that we need. But I'm going to show you how to make concrete from scratch, because you might not actually know what concrete is. It's three things really, and I'm going to show you what we do. So the first thing that goes into concrete is just stones. Look, there we go. Look, these are stones and sand mixed together. And if I count some of these in, that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's 8 lots of stones and sand, and we call that ballast. That's called ballast. And now what we need to do to make this become concrete is to add cement. And this is cement in this bag. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to add 4 of these. Okay, now that means that I've put 8 spoonfuls of the ballast. It's called ballast, a mix of stones and sand. And I've put 4 spoonfuls of cement in. And that's a ratio. So the ratio is 2 to 1. 2 lots of sand to 1 lot of cement, and I'm going to mix that together until it's all kind of one colour. Water. So I'm off to get some water. Right, I've got the water. Now I didn't need that because I'm thirsty. I needed it because water is the final ingredient that we have to add to the sand and stones and the cement, and that's what turns it into concrete. It's a chemical reaction that happens, and it will turn those first two dry ingredients into concrete. So I mix this together, and now it's a lot like making a cake or cookery. You just add a little bit in a time. Oops, that might be too much, I'm not sure. It's gone a bit too wet. So what I can do, that's a little bit too wet. I want it a bit drier than that. And this will be the same thing will happen when I come to the school. If we end up accidentally making it too wet, we can do this thing. We can just add a bit more of the sand and stones. So remember that 2-to-1 ratio. 2 of those and 1 of those, and we'll mix that in and see what happens. See if that's getting any closer to the kind of consistency that I'm after. And it's not too bad, it's probably a little bit wet, but I'm going to try it anyway. Now remember, this is all being done on a tiny scale. We'll be doing this with probably much bigger tools, maybe even spades or shovels, and then pile it on top of our mould, and we're just gonna, our sand mould or our earth mould, we're just gonna let it fall down around the edges. It's probably a little bit wet, so it might be a bit tricky. But can you see what I'm doing? I'm just tracing over that shape, and it's probably not going to be enough to cover this. I'm not sure. I can always make up some more. Than it might be. We'll just let that go round like that, round like that, round like that. I'm going to have to make up some more to cover it. So now that the mould is completely covered, the next thing will be to pat it down, and we may do this with our hands, our gloved hands, because we need to protect our skin from the cement, because it's not terribly good for your skin. And that way what we're doing is we're kind of making all the fine stuff come to the top, and all the little stones and things go deeper into the mix. And also it makes quite a nice sort of pattern like that. Okay, so I think that is probably good enough for 1/2 of a horse apple, or horse poo, as you might know it. So all we've got to do now is wait for that to set. Right, so let's have a look and see what's happened. So now remember, when we do the real thing, this will be the next day, or probably even longer than that. I can't remember exactly how much time we said there would be between doing this and coming back to the school, but it needs at least 24 hours, and yeah, it's sort of going hard, look. So let's just see if I can get this off the mould without breaking it. Now this has only had, I don't know, 15 minutes or something. But this is what we'll be doing. We'll be digging this out around its edge, and then what we'll try and do is we'll try and lift it. We'll have lots of strong people to lift it and turn it over like that. Look, can you see how solid that is? And it'll flop like that. And then very carefully what we'll do is we'll get our trowels and we'll start digging out the soil all around like this. We'll dig it all out. And we could even use our hands if we've got gloves on for this. Dig, 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 keep digging. Can you see what we've got? Look, it's like a big bowl. This is a brilliant way to make hollow objects. You can make bird baths like this, little micro ponds for wildlife. We make them like using this exact same method. Look at that, that's great, isn't it? And then once we've got all the soil out, I mean it's going to be a lot lighter, and also continue to cure. So the curing is getting harder and harder. The curing process is when concrete sets hard. And then what we're going to do is we'll turn it back up the right way, like that, and you can start to see, is that looking a little bit more like a horse poo? And then the next stage, the final stage, would be a few days later when we do come back, and we'll move this to the place that it's got to go, near the beetle sculpture, or where the beetle sculpture is going to go. And then what we'll do is we'll make another kind of mix, and we'll work over the top. So what we'll end up with is a mix that looks a bit like this. And then what we can do, we'll make sure on the real thing we've brushed any soil off of the top, if we've got any on there, is we're using trowels. I'm going to paste this on over the top. It's like a bit like icing a cake. It's not a very good tool for doing this job. With a nice clean trowel, you can get a nice finish on here. And where the newspaper's in there as well, it will give a really nice effect. I'm going to put that on like that. And we can use different tools for creating different effects on the outer surface when it's completely covered. And so I would normally, we'd take our time and we'd cover the whole thing like icing a cake with this mix, and that will be a few days later, as I said. And then we can just use a brush or something like that to put a nice texture on the outside, and we start to sort of look less like concrete, more like poo, particularly when it's been painted. So it's a bit tricky to work this material because it's so sticky when it's like this. But when you've got newspaper in it, it's a lot less sticky and it won't sort of stick to the tools so much. And I expect it'll be me and my team that do this last bit. Once you've helped us to make the actual cast bit, we can do that. Now, there we go. We start to get that, and then you'll be able, once this is set, you'll be able to paint it to make it look even more like poo. So there we are. That's just a rough idea of where we're going with this. And now, if we wanted, so some of them can be bedded in the ground like that, so it looks like they've kind of gone on the floor. And if we wanted to make a complete round one, we'd make two of these, and we'd turn one up that way, like that, and then we'd turn the other one that way, and we'd sit them on top of each other, and we'd join them together. And then you've got like a really sort of round one. So we've got options. Once we've made a few of these, we'll need to make, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 of them. And then we've got options about how we can arrange them when we actually do the sculpture itself, or when we all set it all together. So there we go, that's what we're going to be doing. And that technique is called earth casting. Okay? Okay, so the things to remember for before we arrive is to find a place where you think you can dig, and you're not going to dig up any precious plants, and create the mounds. And really, it would be best if that place was somewhere near to where the sculpture is going to go, and the sculpture is going to go underneath your lovely sign of Charles Darwin. So have a think, maybe do a little bit of looking around and see if you can identify a place that would be a good place to make these moulds, where we can dig a bit of soil out of the ground and it's not too far away from that particular place. And then also, at some point we'll have a delivery of concrete. It's going to come in those bags that I showed you, and so when the lorry comes, it'll have a crane and it'll lift a pallet up and it'll plonk it down somewhere. So maybe identify a place where that could happen as well, where it can be safely put and stored until we need it. Because we can take the bags off the pallet, put them in a wheelbarrow. We'll bring some wheelbarrows with us, and I'm pretty sure you've got wheelbarrows at the school too, and we can wheel them round to where we're going to mix them. And I think that's sort of about it really, until we see you. Any questions? Your teacher can email me if you've got any questions between now and when we do see you. Okay, we'll see you soon. Bye.